Hello everyone, welcome back to Slow English Learning. We're so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening at home, on a bus, during a walk, or while taking a break from work, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about something every English learner needs, and that's motivation. Hi everyone, it's wonderful to spend this time with you. Learning English can be exciting, but let's be honest, it can also feel difficult sometimes. Many learners start with lots of energy, but later they feel tired or discouraged. That's so true. I remember when I was learning another language. Some days I felt confident, but on other days I forgot simple words and wondered if I was making any progress at all. And that's exactly why today's topic is so important. We're going to talk about how to stay motivated while learning English, how to keep going when things feel difficult, and how to enjoy the learning process. By the end of this episode, you'll have practical tips to help you stay focused, recognize your progress, and build confidence in your English journey. We'd love to hear from you too. What is your main reason for learning English? Is it for work, travel, study, or simply because you enjoy it? Write your answer in the comments. And if you're enjoying our lessons, please like this video, share it with other learners, and subscribe to Slow English Learning so you never miss a new episode. Great! Let's begin and discover how motivation can help you reach your English goals, one step at a time. Section 1. Basic Concept. Let's start with the basic idea. What is motivation? Simply put, motivation is the reason you continue doing something. In English, we can think of a simple formula. Goal plus action equals progress. You have a goal, you take action, and then you make progress. Here are some examples. I want a better job, so I study English every day. I want to travel, so I practice speaking. I want to understand movies, so I listen to English podcasts. I want to make international friends, so I learn new vocabulary. Those are excellent examples. Motivation often begins with a goal. Maybe you want to pass an exam. Maybe you want to communicate with people from different countries. Or maybe you simply enjoy learning languages. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt excited about learning English and then suddenly lost that excitement? I think most learners have experienced that. Motivation isn't something that stays strong all the time. Some days it's high and some days it's low. Exactly. That's why we shouldn't depend only on motivation. We also need habits. For example, listening to English for 10 minutes every morning can become a habit. In my own life, small habits helped me more than big study plans. Instead of studying for 2 hours once a week, I preferred studying for 15 minutes every day. Listeners, here's a practice activity. Complete these sentences out loud. I learn English because, and I practice English by. Try saying them right now. Now let's talk about negative forms. Sometimes learners say, I don't have motivation, or I can't study every day. These feelings are normal, but instead of saying, I can't do it, try saying, I can't do it yet. That one small word changes the meaning completely. That's a wonderful mindset. You're not saying it's impossible. You're saying you're still learning. Can you think of something in English that was difficult before, but is easier now? Maybe reading, listening, or pronunciation? Here's another important point. Progress doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes you improve little by little without noticing it. That's true. One day, you suddenly understand a sentence that confused you before. That's progress. We'd love to hear from you. Write in the comments about one thing you've improved in English recently. To summarize this section, motivation starts with a reason, grows through action, and becomes stronger when supported by daily habits and realistic goals. Main teaching, Section 2, Related Use. Now let's build on that idea. Motivation helps us begin, but consistency helps us continue. Consistency means doing something regularly, even when you don't feel like it. That's an important difference. Motivation says, I want to study. Consistency says, I'm going to study anyway. Imagine this situation. You come home after a long day. You're tired and busy. You don't want to study English. In that moment, consistency becomes your friend. Instead of skipping practice completely, you listen to English for 5 minutes. Exactly. 5 minutes may seem small, but small actions repeated many times create big results. Let's demonstrate with a conversation. I'm tired today. I don't want to study. That's okay. Can you study for 5 minutes? Yes, I can do that. Great. 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes. Notice how simple that is. We don't need perfect conditions. We just need to start. Let's compare formal and informal language. Informally, someone might say, keep going. Formally, they might say, continue your efforts. Both expressions have the same meaning, but keep going sounds more natural in everyday conversation. Here's a quick practice activity. Repeat after us. I can improve. I can learn. I can keep going. Simple sentences can build confidence. Now, let's share 3 useful tips. First, make learning easy to start. Keep a book nearby or save an English podcast on your phone. Second, connect English to something you enjoy. If you like cooking, watch cooking videos in English. If you enjoy sports, read sports articles. Third, celebrate small victories. Learning 5 words is a success. Understanding 1 conversation is a success. Many learners only celebrate big achievements, but small wins matter too. Absolutely, they remind us that we're moving forward. Here's a question for our listeners. What small English success have you had this week? Tell us in the comments. Another helpful strategy is keeping an English journal. You don't need to write long paragraphs. 1 or 2 sentences each day is enough. Later, when you read your old entries, you'll notice how much you've improved. That's one of the best ways to see your progress. Let's review the key points. Consistency is more reliable than motivation alone. Small actions create long-term results, and celebrating small successes helps you stay positive. Main teaching section 3. Additional use. Let's explore another important part of motivation, enjoying the learning process itself. Many learners focus only on the final goal. They think, I'll be happy when I'm fluent. But fluency takes time. If you only focus on the destination, you may miss the enjoyment of the journey. Let's look at some everyday situations. Imagine you understand a joke in English for the first time. That's exciting. Or you watch a video and understand most of it without subtitles. Another great feeling is speaking with someone and realizing you don't need to translate every word in your head. These moments are signs of growth. Here's an important tip about politeness and naturalness. Be kind to yourself. Many learners speak kindly to others, but criticize themselves. That's true. They say things like, "My English is terrible," or "I'll never improve." Instead, try saying, "I'm learning," or "I'm improving every day." The way you talk to yourself affects your motivation. Let's talk about tone. When you make a mistake, don't treat it like a disaster. Treat it like information. Exactly. Mistakes show you what to practice next. Here's a real-life practice situation. Imagine you're speaking English and forget a word. You could say, "Sorry, I forgot the word," and continue speaking. That's much better than stopping completely. Let's do a mini practice. "I forgot a word." "That's okay. Can you explain it another way?" "Yes, I can try." Perfect. Communication is more important than perfection. Another idea is making learning fun. Listen to music, watch movies, play games, or follow topics you love in English. Learning doesn't always need to feel like school. We'd love to know, what English activities do you enjoy most? Leave a comment below. And don't forget to practice speaking out loud. Even if you're alone, speaking helps build confidence and fluency. The more you use English, the more natural it becomes. To review this section, enjoy the process. Be kind to yourself, learn from mistakes, and practice using English in real-life situations. Common mistakes section. Let's talk about mistakes. Believe it or not, we've both made many language learning mistakes ourselves. Oh yes, mistakes are part of learning. Let's look at some common ones. Mistake number 1, comparing yourself to others. Incorrect thinking, "She learns faster than me, so I'm failing." Better thinking, "Everyone learns at a different pace." This comparison is unhelpful because every learner has different experiences, goals, and study habits. A better alternative is comparing yourself to your past self. Mistake number 2, expecting perfection. Incorrect. "I made one mistake, so my English is bad." Correct. "I made a mistake, so I learned something new." Mistakes are evidence that you're practicing. If you never make mistakes, you're probably not challenging yourself. Mistake number 3, studying too much and then stopping completely. Some learners study for 3 hours one day and then do nothing for 2 weeks. A better approach is 15 or 20 minutes regularly. Consistency beats intensity for most learners. Mistake number 4, focusing only on weaknesses. Learners often think, "My pronunciation isn't perfect, my grammar isn't perfect." But they forget all the things they can already do. Here's a funny example. Imagine someone says, "I can understand movies, read articles, and have conversations, but I forgot one word today. My English is terrible." That sounds funny, but many learners actually think that way. Let's practice. Think of one thing you're good at in English and say it out loud. Now think of one thing you want to improve. Great. Both can be true at the same time. Remember, progress isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming better little by little. We encourage you to write one strength and one learning goal in the comments. Recognizing both is a great habit. Most importantly, don't be afraid of mistakes. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes while learning. Exactly. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They're signs that you're actively learning and growing. Now it's time for a fun activity called Choose the Correct Sentence. Listen carefully and decide which sentence sounds better. Situation 1. I studied English 5 minutes today. B. I only studied English 5 minutes today, so it's useless. A is better because every bit of practice helps. Situation 2. A. I made a mistake, so I learned something. B. I made a mistake, so I should stop speaking. A is definitely better. Mistakes help you improve. Situation 3. A. I'll practice when I feel motivated. B. I'll practice even when motivation is low. B is stronger because consistency creates progress. Situation 4. A. I'm not fluent yet. B. I'm not fluent yet, but I'm improving. B adds a positive and realistic perspective. Situation 5. A. Other learners are better than me. B. I'm focused on my own progress. B is healthier and more productive. Try saying the better answers out loud. You can also adjust them depending on the situation. In formal settings, you might say, I am improving steadily. Informally, you might say, I'm getting better every day. Now create your own sentence using the word motivation or progress. We'd love to read your examples in the comments. Remember, real communication matters more than perfect grammar. Focus on expressing your ideas clearly. Wow, we've covered a lot today. We talked about motivation, consistency, progress, and enjoying the learning journey. Most importantly, we discussed how small daily actions can lead to big improvements over time. Let's review the 3 main concepts. First, motivation starts with a meaningful reason. Second, consistency helps you continue when motivation is low. Third, enjoying the process makes learning more sustainable and rewarding. We hope this lesson reminds you that learning English is not a race. You don't need to move quickly. You simply need to keep moving forward. Here's a question to think about after today's episode. What is one small action you can take today to improve your English? Maybe you'll listen to a podcast, learn a new word, write a sentence, or practice speaking for 5 minutes. Whatever you choose, every step counts. Remember to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Slow English Learning. Your support helps us continue creating lessons for English learners around the world. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep moving forward one step at a time. See you next time.